and welcome to class. And thank you so much for sitting with me in this marvelous, soft, quiet day in this sunset in our lake here in Canada. And in today's class, I want to talk about the faculties of the seeker and the more common mistake I've seen it in my 30 years of leading people towards their own authentic self, their own realization. The first mistake I see is that they see the spiritual teacher as the guide that tells you how to modify their self. They put together self with faults or with hurts or with experiences. And this is not the case. The self is never modified by your experiences. Please drill this up in your head. It doesn't matter what you experience in your life. Shame, abuse, tyranny, victimism, pain, confusion, fear, anxiety. And then you think, oh, I need to heal that. Yeah, you may need to change the perspective, but this is not modifying at all yourself. You are complete, pure, expansive, joyful in every experience that you are. It's that you have missed the connection with that purity, with that self. So when you hear about it, oh, you need to do this practice of this meditation, you think it's for healing my trauma, or is to calm my mind, or is to, I'm so broken that I need to prepare some medicines, and then it try to impose on you things that, yes, it may help you to release things, but the actual intention is not matching the techniques. The techniques are there just to elevate your prana, to give you a little bit more frequency so you are able to see that what you live is okay, and that your own understanding on hurt and so on is a matter of perception, right? So the child may perceive that, oh, you did it, my mom did that to me, my husband is doing that to me, my boss is doing that to me. But this is part of the self-responsibilization, right? To say, I am creating this, and this is not touching myself. My lessons is different than yourself. Because in the moment you start touching yourself, you start to be very confused, and you start to be very insecure because you lose your center, you lose your wisdom. So a lot of seekers I have seen, when I give the advice or when I point to certain parts, is to enhance the qualities and skills of the self. And that advice is not meant to be as I need to repair something that is broken. No, you're never broken. Your perception and belief system make you think that you're broken, but no, really. That is just a game of your own experiences. The second part that I see common is that the seeker start to, it doesn't know how to take advices. It's related to the first point, but it's about that any advice they use it as is something wrong with me, and they start a process of condemnation instead of tapping into a process of transmutation. Let me explain that. if I say to a child, no, you cannot do that. This is the law of the universe or the laws of the house. You are not going to throw the food to the wall. The child have the option to have a tantrum and say, oh, my mom is abusing me and is raising the voice and is mean to me because she doesn't want me to throw the food to the wall. That's one position. Another position is to, when you are a little bit more mature in your head, you're saying, why I cannot throw the food to the wall? You start a process of inquiry. You start a process of cooperation with the teachings, not necessarily to the teacher, but to the teachings. You start going deeper because in a way you are removing yourself from the tantrum and you are sincerely curious about learning, about certain phrases that may catch your attention, like I am here, I am now, or I am that, or I cannot answer what I am. All these deep questions that have passed from teacher to teacher that leads you to a certain way, they are keys. But we take it very lightly. We don't sync with the teachings. We just hear it, we translate and say, oh yes, I understand, and then you accommodate it to your belief system. So the process of inquiry is obstructed either one by the reaction, who you want to prove that you are okay, that what you know is enough, that you know better, whatever. You start a dialogue that is more of an activist with the teacher rather than seeing and okay, what is she trying to say? What is the depth of this statement? And whatever resonates, right? You may have the experience that you hear a video and then you catch something and then you hear it again and then you catch something different because you have changed. So the teachings is always changing depending on where you are. But to keep the door open to the inquiry of what I am in relation to what I have been deposited, that transmission, whatever is being transmitted, how do you receive that? Is it in the mind? Then you're stuck in your mind. It's in the emotions, and then you blew things out, oh yes, I love my teacher, and da-da-da. That's emotional. That's very dangerous because it's going to flip at any moment. Or it hits in the etheric body, oh yes, I need to have a close relationship to my teacher or partner, you know, if not them, I am not feeling complete, and so on. Or if it hits the physical body, right? You say, oh no, I am using the teachings to fan my vanity or my looks, or, you know, I do sadhana, so I look so magnetic and so bright and so calm, so relaxed, then everybody loves me, right? So by removing these intentions and just stay with the seed of the teachings, the seeker can really advance in their own connection with their own truth of where they are. And the third part that I see that the student missed the opportunity is the call of the teacher or the call of life. And the call is not, it doesn't come with a reason. This is number one. It's not necessarily the teacher, but life itself. Life, you hardly say, you need to go to this location in the city. And then you say, why do I need to go there? I don't really need anything in there. And I don't... Then you mentalize what your heart is telling you, certain truth, certain movement that is putting you in a different opportunity or synchronicity. If you question that with the mind, you lose the timing of your grace, meaning the opportunity that you are offering, your heart is offering for you to learn something. And when you are out of time, then you need to realize that there is an order in life. The opportunities come in certain sequence, and the opportunity comes in certain intensivity, and it comes in certain timing. When you don't take the timing because you are mentalizing, oh, why I should go, I don't have the money, or you put rationalizations, and you put concepts, and you put all kind of things in front of your own impulse, you are out of time. You are in the mental time. You are not in the now that is offering you something with no reason. Because sometimes life doesn't know the reason, but it knows that is needed in order to produce a certain alchemy for you and for others. Sometimes it's very evident. Like, I need to emigrate to Canada. Well, it's cold. I am a tropical girl. I don't like necessarily the cold. But I come here and I found a partner. I found a life. I found a complete different education that it was possible in my generation in the country where I come from. So if I go in my head and say, oh no, I have to go because I want to study dance or because whatever, no, it's just go. Just go. Move in the planet. You are only very narrow in the movement, only your home, only your city, and you don't go out of there, meaning you are not receiving all the data possible that the earth is offering at this moment. Everything is there for you to go and pick it up. So timing for the seeker is very important, which is related to obey your heart, obey what you know. The teacher may remind you of that, but you must follow every moment your heart. Otherwise, you stop being authentic. And without authenticity, you're out of balance. You're in fragmentation. You're thinking one way, you're feeling another way, you want to go in another direction, you want to have this relationship, but first you have to have this. The man appears, but them is not good enough, and so on, so on. You are lost in your mind, in your invented world. So take note and see what applies to you, because a seeker is something that everybody have in their heart in certain intensivity. Some is dormant. Some is just starting to realize that, okay, I need to be more aware of what I am doing and how I am doing. And some is in full need to be aware, to be present, to conduct a life that is authentic, rich, and meaningful at this point in our evolution. I thank you very much for sitting with me, and I'll see you in our next class. Namaste.